Welcome to This Explainer. Look, whether you're brand new to the world of mountain biking or maybe you're just itching to upgrade your current rig, you probably know exactly how quickly shopping for a new bike can feel incredibly overwhelming. You walk into a shop or browse online and boom, you are immediately hit with a wall of specialized jargon. Trail bikes, enduro, cross-country, hardtails, downhill. Suddenly it seems like there are dozens of different categories, all designed for slightly different riding styles. It's a lot to take in. But the truth is, mountain bikes are simply built with very specific terrain and riding goals in mind. Some are engineered to climb with maximum efficiency, while others are built to handle massive impacts, steep drops, or super rough terrain.
So that brings us to the central question of our explainer today. Which mountain bike actually fits you? Figuring out these main categories is, honestly, the ultimate cheat code to cutting through all that marketing noise. Once you grasp the mechanics behind why a bike is shaped the way it is, you can confidently choose a ride that perfectly matches the way you actually want to get out there and ride.
To get there, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with hardtail versus full suspension. Then, we'll walk through the terrain and speed spectrum, check out specialty and electric bikes, and wrap up with exactly how to choose your perfect ride.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1. Hardtail versus full suspension, focusing on the two main suspension types.
These are the two foundational philosophies of mountain bike design. With a hardtail, you've got suspension up front in the fork, but the rear frame, totally rigid. What's the payoff there? Well, it makes for a lighter, simpler bike that requires way less maintenance. They're usually way more affordable, and frankly, they literally force you to build better fundamental riding skills. But then you have full suspension. You've got shocks in the front and the back. Sure, they might cost a bit more and need some extra TLC, but man, the comfort and traction you get on rough, gnarly terrain, it's a total game changer. That rear shock just glues your tire to the dirt, giving you far more control and a way more forgiving ride on those descents. If you're hitting rough terrain regularly, full suspension is absolutely the way to go.
Moving right along to Section 2, the terrain and speed spectrum, taking us from XC all the way to downhill.
Okay, so when we talk about bikes, we measure suspension travel in millimeters. Think of it as simply how much impact the bike can soak up. And there's a fascinating push and pull here. As suspension travel goes up, your climbing efficiency goes down, but your descending power and impact absorption, they absolutely skyrocket. It's a complete spectrum, going from pure pedal-pumping efficiency at the top to gravity-fueled descending capability at the bottom. Let's break these down one by one.
Starting right at the top, we've got cross-country or XC bikes. We're talking a really minimal 100 to 120 millimeters of travel here. The absolute name of the game with XC is efficiency over descending power. They're crazy light, meaning literally every ounce of sweat you pour into those pedals translates directly into forward momentum. If your absolute priority is speed, endurance, and covering massive amounts of ground quickly, this is your perfect match. Want to race or get a serious lung-busting fitness workout? This is your machine.
Stepping down the spectrum just a bit, we hit the trail bikes, sitting right at about 120 to 150 millimeters of travel. This is the absolute Goldilocks zone. It's the do-everything category. They've got this beautifully balanced geometry, meaning they'll climb highly efficiently, but still give you serious, rock-solid confidence when the trail points down. Because they handle so exceptionally well across such a wide range of terrain, trail bikes are, hands down, the most popular choice for everyday riders who just want one single bike that can comfortably do it all.
But what if you really want to push the limits? Enter the enduro bike. Now we're stepping up to 160 to 180 millimeters of travel. These feature what we call slacker geometry. Basically, the front wheel gets pushed further out in front of you, giving you massive stability when you're flying down a hill at high speeds. Enduro bikes are built to survive rougher trails, steeper descents, and really big impacts. Now, you can technically pedal an enduro uphill, so you won't be completely stranded at the bottom of the valley, but make no mistake, these beasts are built to absolutely bomb down mountains. Grab one of these if you live for technical, white-knuckle descents.
Finally, at the extreme edge of the spectrum, we have downhill, or DH bikes. 200 millimeters of travel or more, pure gravity machines. They've got heavy-duty frames and components built almost entirely for descending. In fact, they completely abandon the idea of climbing. Seriously, don't even try pedaling one of these up a hill unless you want a totally miserable afternoon. You use ski lifts or truck shuttles to get to the top. But if you spend your time at lift-served bike parks focusing entirely on massive jumps and incredibly fast, steep drops, nothing else comes close. Stepping outside that traditional spectrum, let's look at Section 3, specialty and electric bikes. These are outlier categories that open up entirely new ways to ride. First up, we've got fat bikes.
You've definitely seen these rolling around with their massively oversized tires. The whole engineering goal here is unmatched flotation. Where a normal mountain bike tire would slice right into soft ground and get totally bogged down, a fat bike literally floats on top. Sure, they have a bit more drag on normal dirt trails, but they let you explore environments that are otherwise completely off limits, like gliding effortlessly over deep winter snow or coastal desert sand. It's awesome.
Next is a category that has absolutely exploded in popularity: electric mountain bikes, or EMTBs. Now, a crucial distinction here: these feature a motor that assists you while you pedal. You still have to put in the work, but the bike just amplifies your effort. It enhances the trail experience rather than replacing it. They come in trail, enduro, you name it. If you want to double your riding range, crush agonizing climbs without blowing out your legs, and basically just keep the fun going way longer, an e-bike is your new best friend.
All right, bringing it all together in Section 4, choosing your perfect ride. Let's build a practical framework for your next purchase.
If you just follow these 4 simple steps, you can tune out all the noise and pinpoint exactly what you actually need. First, really assess your local terrain. Are you riding flat, smooth paths or chunky, aggressive rock gardens? Second, be brutally honest and evaluate your skill level. Third, define what your goals actually are. Are you trying to win an uphill race, or do you just want a comfortable weekend ride through the woods? And finally, set your budget. And keep in mind, a good hardtail will always stretch your dollar a lot further than a full suspension model.
Now, if you're still feeling a bit stuck, the data gives us a very clear starting point. For the vast majority of beginners, starting out with a trail bike or a hardtail is widely considered the absolute best move. They are just incredibly versatile and accessible. They let you dip your toes into almost every type of riding and develop your skills right in that sweet spot before you go dropping serious cash on a highly specialized extreme machine.
At the end of the day, there is no single perfect mountain bike for everyone. Every category is dialed in for different priorities, whether that's speed, comfort, climbing, descending, or just pure versatility. But match the specs to your personal goals, and I guarantee you're going to have a blast out there. Which leaves me with just one final thought for you. Now that you know exactly how the terrain spectrum works, what kind of trail is actually calling your name today, and what's stopping you from conquering it?